We've heard there the hot topic at this summit is migrants, and the two countries in particular have a lot at stake. Those countries I am joined from right now in Berlin, Jessica Solz, and in Rome, Claudio Lovanga. Jessica, I'm going to start with you in Berlin. What is Germany hoping might come out of this summit?
Well, Belle, concerns here are certainly very high in Germany. This summit has been portrayed, especially in the German media, as really a make or break point for Angela Merkel's leadership, therefore calling the future of the German government into question. But there's also quite a lot of frustrations here amongst the German public. A lot of people I have been speaking to say that this is at a time when the number of migrants actually coming into Germany is very low over recent months. They believe that this has actually become more of a political and indeed personal standoff between the two conservative parties. And these frustrations really mirrored in opinion polls, a recent poll by Der Spiegel magazine showing the support for the CDU-CSU alliance slipping to below the critical 30% mark. And industry leaders also calling on the German government to mend their rift over migration. They say that any protracted political insecurity in Germany, especially of course if it did come to new elections, would just be really bad for business in Germany. Horst Seehofer, the CSU Interior Minister, spoke on German public television last night, and he downplayed the tensions between himself and Angela Merkel. But he said he will be speaking to Merkel on Friday night on the phone after the summit to discuss what she, if anything, was able to agree at the summit, and whether or not this will be enough to please the detractors in his CSU party.
So an awful lot at stake domestically in Germany. Claudio, what about in Italy? What are the Italians hoping for?
Well, Tessa, the best way to summarize what the Italians are hoping for is perhaps by using a catchphrase that Giuseppe Conte, the Italian Prime Minister, used on Tuesday in the pre-summit in Brussels, which is once a migrant arrives in Italy, he arrives in Europe, meaning that what Italy is hoping for is that European countries change the law on immigration in Europe, which, as Brian mentioned earlier, now states that an illegal immigrant that arrives in Europe should apply for asylum in the first country of Europe where he sets first foot. And that is, of course, most of the time, in this case, Italy. So what Italy has been asking for many years now is that other European countries set up reception centers where they can receive immigrants that are rescued in the Mediterranean Sea straight into their own countries, rather than take them to Italy and wait for the very complicated and lengthy asylum process to be completed before they can be moved to other countries. Of course, as Brian mentioned as well, the expectation is that not that they will sign an agreement, because of course there is a lot of resistance by most European countries on this particular topic, but at least Italy is hoping for that it comes out of Brussels with a promise that they will do that. Tessa?
Thank you very much, Claudio in Rome and Jessica in Berlin.